Hi, I'm Anand.
And I'm Luisa.
We are the Twilight Explorers.
The question that we get most often is, how did you two meet?
We are going to tell our fascinating story in this special limited series called Pen Friends. But I landed at the airport, so the feeling is, do I want to be with her rest of my life? And I don't know, my heart, something says yes.
So I have this another crazy sister of Helen, and she's younger. We went to Ramada dim sum place. We don't really go to those hotels because they're expensive. And so we just keep on doing like this. Is oh my God, he orders so much of the dim sum, and we have so much left over too because we can't eat. We're so nervous. I'm talking in Chinese with her. I said, do you think we're gonna pay for this? He said, I think so. She told me, because she is your guest. I said, okay. But if we're going to be the one paying, we should say you want to go to the bathroom, and then I'll follow you. And then you know what? We'll just escape from the back door. Anyway, she's not Filipino, so she cannot speak Chinese or Filipino. So we can escape. We'll just tell the waiter that the bill is on him, not on us. We don't have money. We don't have money to pay. He said, why don't we just tell the truth that we don't have money? No, it's embarrassing. Anyway, he called the waiter and bill, and he paid.
So second day we went to Luneta Park. I started giving her more and more hint and all. I just said, we'll do this together. We can have this type of thing in America, I said,
Even before he proposed to me, I brought him to Laguna to meet all my family. In Philippines, you always have to give meat to guests, right? So my family had this pinakbet, so my mother hid it away. We serve him hot dog, and I didn't know that he doesn't eat hot dog.
And I saw the pinakbet there. I said, I want that, and they were so ashamed because you don't serve vegetables, and they think that is not proper for the guests, and you may consider poor and all. And I said, no, I want that food. Then on third day in the hotel, I proposed to her, and she said, no, I want to be honest with you. My family has lost everything, and I need to support them. So she plans to go to,
I'm supposed to go
England,
to England
and work and all to support my family, And I said, don't. We marry, your family is my family, and my family is yours. And that's a commitment. And as you know, we have lived by that commitment all our life, So only after I assured her, after that, she accepted. So I said, how do I get the ring now? And I didn't know all these procedures and all. So I went running down in the hotel, and there was a jewelry counter. My God, the silver ring, and it was so expensive. And we knew that it was temporarily. She was telling me later on this, you paid 50 times the price, you can find it in Ongping.
In Chinatown. With the gold.
But I went and got it.
All this year, I like him, right? It's a good proposal. So that's why I just say yes. He said, hey, we have no time to waste. He said, I have to go back to India. I need to, this girl is waiting for me. So if you don't answer me, then I have to go married to her and this, And we really don't have time to waste, because then I have to apply for your visa, to come to America. And then I just asked my parents. And later on, I didn't know, my mother told me my father really, really worried about me because I'm going to a foreign country. I don't know anyone. I'm just worried, everything will come into my mind. I said, what is going to happen in my life? I don't know, because I don't know him. I just rely on what he wrote to me in the letter. What I'm thinking in my head is, I have to do this for my family.
I was supposed to be in Philippines 3 days, and it became 18 days. So, of course, my parents and all started getting worried, making phone calls to Philippines all the time. Nervousness index was going up because they could sense it that he has gone to meet a girl, and then he's spending longer and longer time. And here everybody's waiting for the arrangement and all. So when I went there, I told on the first day, and my father was such an open-minded person all the time. I think he just got a shock because he's very emotional, and his best friend from childhood, two of them had already said our kids are going to get married and they're going to have this life. His only problem was not her. His problem was, what's he going to do and show his face to his friend. So grandma was kind of neutral, but she had to support my father, so she will give me a lecture too. And I told my dad, I said, you never change. Your parents said no. You guys stayed firm, and now you always told me that you will find your own girl like they did. Always they told me. You have to find what your heart says and all. And how come you're going back on this and all? And so he cannot hold arguments with me because all the things they taught us from childhood. I'm just telling him back. I said, you always said that. My son, you used to tell your friend, he'll find their own daughter when people used to come with proposals and all. I have to give him, I don't know. But then he looked like he fainted. My aunt and everybody is coming and telling me that you see that is happening. I said, look, I love him all the time, but I will not going to go back on what I have learned from him. So first thing I did was I met my friend, their daughter and all. She knew I had pen pals. I used to tell her about my pen friends. She used to tell me about her pen pals and friends and all. Once she went back and talked to her dad and I talked to my dad, I think then they started feeling a little more comfortable. But still, my father didn't give up. He just was bringing people who had been to Philippines and tell me stories about what kind of culture it is, or basically not Philippine, but other culture. I came back to US and then, as I said, I went to Philippines and I landed there on December 18th. She comes to see me and says, when are we going, getting married? And I said, tomorrow. She said, tomorrow? I don't even have clothes or shoes. I said, don't worry. Even I borrowed the suit from my friend and a tie from another friend, Reza. And I said, I'll come in. I said, the important thing is we get married and not about these clothes and everything. So what happens is she was completely shocked that we're getting married. I said, I have to apply for your visa right away. Next day, I'm waiting for her. She's not there. It's about noon time and she's still not there. I said, what happened? Did she change her mind or something? About 1:15, I get a call. I said, where are you? Are you coming or not? She said, yeah, but I am here buying my shoes. My family is coming from the province and all. So by the time she came to the hotel, it was almost 3:30 or so. And the city hall is where we're going to get our license. We had a license, so we're going to get married. It closes at 5. So we all got together and, her family and Helen and everybody. And by the time we reached Manila City Hall, it was already 4:15 or 4:30. So we are still waiting. And the judge is getting anxious. He said 4:45. He said, I have to go to some big wedding, to certify. By the time we all got together in the judge's office, it was 4:45. And judge said, I have a date stop at 5 o'clock. I have to leave. So judge looks at me and says, are you from America? I said, yeah. Oh, then you want quick? He said, you guys in America, you're about instant and quick and all. Do you want a quick wedding? I said, whatever it is. I said, I am a very pragmatic person. I said, yeah, I just want a wedding. I want to marry her. That's all. He says, okay, in good times and bad times, richness and poverty, do you take her as your lawfully wedded husband? And she says, yes, I do. So then he looks at me and says, how about you? He didn't even repeat the whole thing. He said, how about you? I said, yes, I do. Then I pronounce you married. You may kiss the bride. Our wedding was also very unusual. It was probably less than 2 minutes. Keep in mind that, Deng Xiaoping used to say, what difference does it make if the cat is black or white as long as it catches the mice? And that's the way I have lived in life and all. What difference did it make whether I had a borrowed suit or it was a quick marriage? The important thing is, and this is a lesson in life that, for us, is that important thing that we are each other and we are married. Whether it took a fancy thing or big celebration and all wasn't the issue.
Who is Papa? He is a very loving father, a loving husband.
Who's my wife? She's a wonderful, loving woman who has been loyal to me all my life. Despite all the craziness I have, she has put up with it. She lives the life as it is. Our marriage is gone for so long, and as I said, we have arguments. We have, we are yin and yang in personality. We have held to that commitment that no matter what happens, we have the rest of the life to solve our problems. Thank you for watching the last video of Pen Friends. We hope you enjoyed hearing our story.
You can visit the previous videos in the Pen Friends playlist on our YouTube channel or on twilightexplorers.com.
Bye, friends.